Welcome back to Making Your Own Game in Godot, episode 5. Today, we're actually going to start making things look good.
The goal for today is we want to have our character do more than breathe.
Yeah.
We actually want them to run around, walk, and show you how you would start setting up more complex animation scenarios, which we'll be getting into in later episodes.
Make sure to check out our Discord, our Patreon, and the companion page for the article that will be accompanying this episode. And with that, we're ready to go.
So I think we're going to do this in two parts. One, we'll show you how to work with the animation player and a little bit of code in case you don't want to use the more advanced animation features. And then once we have that set up, we'll kind of graduate into the more advanced animation features. Once we have this open, let's go ahead and open our script tab. The first thing we need is a reference to our animation player node, since that has all of our animations on it. And one thing we haven't shown people how to do yet is if you hold control and you drag the animation player node into the code portion where you want the code to go ahead and try that and see what happens.
Whoa, that's actually awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. What if I did this regularly? Okay, so that grabs it. That's pretty sweet. So there's drag and drop for like a bunch of stuff, but hitting control specifically sets up a variable for it as well?
Correct, yep.
Awesome. Rather
Rather than typing animation player over and over, let's just call it like anim player or something. Just use our code abbreviations.
Animpla. Because we're coders and we like shortening words. No, I'm kidding.
Now we can talk to our animation player node, and we're going to keep this real simple because we want to get right into the meatier stuff next. Let's go to the bottom of our physics process function. What we're going to do is we are going to tell the animation player node to play certain animations based on our velocity. We're just really worried about going from idle to walk to run. We want to capture our current speed that we're actually moving, and that's going to be based on velocity. Right? So if we walked into a wall or something, current speed would be dropped down to 0 because our velocity would be zeroed out because we walked into a wall. So what we're going to do is we'll put that in a new variable. We'll say var current speed. And then we can use the colon equal syntax to do that kind of inferred assignment. And we're going to say velocity.length.
Also known as magnitude.
Also known as magnitude. All right, so we're gonna introduce a conditional. So that's gonna be our if keyword. And we're gonna say, hey, if the current speed is greater than, so if current speed is greater than, and I think our current speed right now, like our speed value we're trying to move to, our like top speed is 5. So let's say if we go above 4, anything above 4 will be running. Go ahead and do your colon, and then we'll go into the body of the function. And now we can say AnimationPlayer
play.
And now we have all the available animations on that animation player showing up in the list.
And we want the freehand run.
We want the freehand run, correct.
Could we actually do a test real quick?
Sure.
Will that work?
Yeah, it'll do something.
Okay. Okay. So once I start moving, it actually looks right. But there is that whole thing where he is now, I guess, reverse moonwalking. He is just walking forward at all times. Or running forward, I should say. Run, because we're about to mess with the walk as well.
Right. So let's add some more cases to our condition. So that's when we start adding the else if and else and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Or elif, I guess. We'll go on the next line. We'll do elif. Don't forget to dedent, by the way. So elif is the keyword we want.
Did we go over else if?
We did, yeah.
Can you go through it one more time with me? What this would be like else and if, and then see how we elif it? Because I feel like I haven't gotten that down yet.
So if we're not above the speed of 4, then let's go back to idle. So that's going to be our else case.
So I would say like else current speed is less than 4. Right?
You only need to give a condition if it's an if or an elif, because an else is the last thing in the chain. If everything above it fails and doesn't execute, then the else will run. So go ahead and remove the current speed less than 4. Do a colon. And then
so it's that simple. It's just like, and if it's not that, do this. So I'll be like AnimationPlayer. Now I would want to do walk, but that also means that when he's standing, he would be walking.
Right.
Do we have a walk animation, by the way?
We do.
Okay,
we do.
cool.
Let's just put in the idle animation for now, though.
Okay. Idle animation, play. Idle. Just another day in the old wood shop.
Yep. Go ahead and give that a shot.
Okay. So he's probably going to be idle until I stop. Okay, cool. I think he's actually he's immediately getting into 4 since our speed is 5. So basically like he's immediately at top speed as soon as we input, at least on mouse and keyboard. I'm wondering if on a controller, yeah, you can. It's only until your analog stick hits the edge that it kicks in. So right now this would be walking.
Correct. Okay, so now we have, if our speed's above 4, we go into run. Otherwise, we just go into walk. So now we need something in between. That's where elif comes in.
Well, what would it be? Like, what would elif be? Another if right here?
No, let's go above line 38. And now you're going to do an elif.
Am I going to be deleting this by the end of this?
Nope.
Well,
that's done.
Isn't there a way to write else if or an elif longhand?
I mean, you could have a bunch of nested if this.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that to
okay.
Yeah, to do this.
Let's go inside our block on 38. So inside the else.
In here.
So in here we'll do if, and we'll do current speed.
Now we do it.
And we'll do greater than it'll be some small number. Like it could be like, I mean, just do greater than 0, I guess.
0.1?
Or that works too.
Okay.
Basically whatever constitutes moving.
Yeah.
So do colon. And now we got to go inside the if.
Do I tab that?
We'll tab that eventually. Go to the line above it. So now we'll do AnimationPlayer.
AnimationPlayer.
Dot play.
Yep.
Freehand walk. Now let's do another else. And now you tab in freehand idle.
Okay. So that's what it would look
like.
Go
ahead and kind of read through that for a second.
That's what I wanted to do. If current speed is greater than 4, we turn into a freehand run. If current speed is greater than 0.1, but less than 4, then we are in freehand walk. And if it's neither of those, so it's not greater than 4 and not greater than 0.1, or it could have been 0 instead of 0.1.
It could just be 0, yeah.
Then we're in idle. So if we're not moving, we're in idle. And this would like work right now, right? Okay, so I'm stopping. And I'm gonna use the controller. I'm gonna walk forward. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, that's awesome. And then if I go further enough, boom. And so it kind of just snaps into those things. And spoiler alert, we might be getting into things called blends to make that look a little smoother. Okay. Before we do that, I do want to fix this elif statement. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm stupider than the rest of the class and everybody got what elif meant immediately. It's been a few weeks since our last episode was recorded. So to shorten that though, elif takes out that else colon space and we can just jump to that next if because we're going to have another condition. We use elif if we want to have another condition. But an elif will probably always end with an else.
It doesn't always have to. A lot of times it will.
Okay. And what I was referring to is right here. All right, now if I do take this out, I'm gonna go elif. I'm gonna take that out. And then we're gonna de-dent these. By the way, shift tab is how I'm doing that. So else if current speed is under 0.1, which we're just gonna switch to 0. If current speed is greater than 4, we'll play the run. And if it's not, but if its current speed is above 0, play the walk. And if it's still not that, then play idle.
You got it.
Boom.
He's beginning to believe.
Yep, exactly. True code. Now, if we play this, I can idle, breathing in, breathing out, walking. When I'm moving it on the analog stick, again, keyboard, you're probably just going to see run and idle. Run and idle.
Yeah.
Yep. Boom. Then you're getting the run. All right, that is crazy. We are finally. This feels like I'm legitimately playing like Zelda or whatever we named the thing. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It like feels like so like I guarantee if you've gotten to this part of the tutorial and you're actually like playing an Xbox controller with a guy that looks like this is like pretty freaking weird. And we have a camera moving around. It's got a freaking spring arm onto it. Yeah, we know what a spring arm is. Not a big deal.
So let's do blend, and let's also look at scaling the playback speed on our walk based on how much you're putting the analog stick in. Let's just write this all in code.
Okay.
But the blend parameter we're about to pass in, or argument we're about to pass in, can also be set globally for all animations on an AnimationPlayer node.
Okay, so in here?
Yeah. If you look through this list,
default blend time. So if I switch this to 1 second, would there be...
There'd be like a 1 second build up into the animation.
2,000 seconds. So if I have this right now, it'll probably start working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh, I could already kind of feel it right there. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool. So now, does this, since it does global, it even does it with, you know, we are seeing it go from walking to running, but we're also seeing it from running the backwards, walking to stopping.
Yep.
Cool.
So default blend time is really a really nice feature of the animation player node.
Yeah.
And we're going to miss it when we get into more of the advanced stuff later, but it's good to point out.
Cool. So yeah, if you like things easy, you can do that, but we're gonna go back to the code because we're real game designers.
Let's add a second argument to our first function call here. So that means we're gonna do a comma after the run string.
So you're talking about getting back into the play. Would it be part of the play's properties that we're about to mess with as far as blending?
Yeah, so see how we have the parameter list here? So there's the name of the argument. That's the first, or the name of the
string name,
animation.
comma, custom blend, float. Okay,
Yep.
So we have the string name, comma afterwards, and it will pop up.
Yeah. And then notice how custom blend has a default value of -1.
Yeah.
What that does is if you have the default blend set up in your animation player, it'll default to that, whatever that value is.
Isn't there a way to like skip over this thing?
No, we're just gonna put -1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's what it's set as by default.
Yeah. Now we don't have default blend time set anymore in our inspector, so the blend right now is 0.
Okay.
So either you could put 1 here if you want that 1 second blend like you had before.
What, in the custom speed?
Sorry, no, in the custom blend.
Float?
Yeah, so you could do 1.0. So that's going to be your blend when you go into the run animation.
Okay. So that's coming most likely from walk to run.
Right.
I guess it would be idle to run if I'm on a keyboard though.
Yep. But now we're going to do comma, and we'll do a custom speed here. And I think custom speed is a ratio, meaning it's kind of designed to be a 0 to 1 to whatever. So 1 would be like 100% of its default speed. 1.5 would be like 150%.
See, that's what's like interesting to me is I'm like, on certain things like this, I'm like, why do we need that? Like, didn't we just set the blend to be 1 second? And now we're like, what percentage of 1 second? And it's like, okay, if I wanted a percentage of a second, I would just say half a second.
This is not the blend speed. This is the animation.
Don't you defend this tomfoolery? No, okay. No, explain. I actually probably don't understand.
I think it's actually probably going to make more sense on the walk. So why don't you go ahead and let's delete that last comma right here. Let's go into the play freehand walk on line 38.
So right now, if we just left this blank, it just defaults the other things.
Yes, it's just going to default the rest.
So instead, like we could have written 1 and from end false or whatever.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so it just defaults those. These are the things that we just want to customize. Play. I imagine we're going to go in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 1.0 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What we're going to try to do is this is the speed of our animation, and this is going to be a ratio value. So it's going to be 0 to 1, meaning 0% to 100%. And you can go above. So if you did 1.5, it'd be 150%. And this is dictating the animation speed on our walk animation.
Should we really be ramping up our speed over 1? Like, don't you like the way you set it up in your animation?
Yeah, I mean, that's the ideal walk speed, but maybe it doesn't look right in the game world when you're moving around. Maybe it looks like he should be like maybe power walking a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
at 4. We can start with a simple approach to this, and then if we need to, we can change it with a lerp.
Are we going to type current speed here?
Yes.
Okay. Just a wild guess.
We didn't go down a different rabbit hole and then wind up back here.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're going to divide this number by 4. And the reason we're going to divide by 4 is because that is the point at which we start running, right? Because that's what we have on line 35.
Yep. I don't get why we would divide, but I might get it in a second. Keep going.
Yeah, it's because we're trying to get the fractional value. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Is it basically like we're dividing 4 to see where we're at compared to 4?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Because if we're at 4, then we
so this makes it more like gradual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's basically saying like, so if we were at speed 1 of 4, it'd be at 0.25 of the transition or whatever, and if we're at 3.9, we're basically almost at running.
Right.
Literally math god.
You actually did a really good job explaining that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and we don't need another comma. We just need a parentheses to close it off.
Because the last thing, we're just going to leave it as false.
Correct.
From end.
All right. Go ahead and try playing that. Let's see what happens if you use a controller.
All right. Okay, it seemed pretty natural. I'm going to slowly do it now. It looks like I can get up there pretty, like, I think the walk needs to chill a little bit. Like, it needs to kick into a run faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where
I meant the walk needs to chill because it's taking up so much of the space.
True, there's that. But also if we went to like a power walk or something, it would probably look more natural. Like right now, if you're barely moving, it's gonna be close to 0 speed. And we probably should never fall below like 0.5. So what we can do is we can take this 0 to 1 value of how much within that walking range we're walking, and we can remap it using a lerp to a different set of values.
I'm going to trust you on that. All right.
You're just going to trust me on this. So right before current speed, we're going to do lerp. And we're going to feed in the from is going to be 0.5. We're never going to fall below 50% of our walking speed. Then we're going to do 1.25. We'll play the walk animation up to 125% of its speed.
I think what you're saying is the reason why you want to go more than that is because there's a space in there while we're building up to run that is your normal one, but you're saying that we want to go over that because we'll eventually pass the normal walk to getting up to run to speed it up to make it look like a power walk into a run instead of having to make like a power walk animation or something like that.
Yep. So now do a comma, and we need to delete the parentheses where it is.
Oh, we'll just
that way we're using, and you hit insert there.
I know. Yeah, I hate when I do that. Pro tip: if you ever find yourself typing over your stuff, you hit insert on your key.
Yeah.
Keyboard. Wow.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
And then do the closing parentheses because we have one parentheses that's not closed. There we go.
Cool.
All right. Try playing that.
Pretty dang good. Pretty still leaning towards. It kicks in pretty quick on that.
It might be the blend too.
Yeah, exactly. It's that speed thing. I almost would say it's probably actually more of like if your speed is over 4 is too generous for the 4. Like it's almost like if this was 3. By the way, so if I were to switch this, I would switch this as well.
Yep.
So if I did 3 here, 3 here, and then tried it.
And that could be a good use case for a constant just in the function.
At the top, so it'd be like top speed.
You don't even have to do it at the top. You can do it like right here in the function just to get rid of a magic number that's like, wait, what was this 3 again?
Yeah. It's funny. It's like 3 feels weird too.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch that back to 4 because I felt like that overall felt better.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and stick that in a constant? So we'll do const. Okay. And then do 4.0.
I'm going to do 3.5.
Sounds good.
Sue me.
And
I'm going to do control D. Damn it. I'm going to do
run speed.
Yeah, but can't I do like, oh, it's because it's 4 over here. Hold on. So if I did this, control D, boom. Now I do run speed. Bang.
Great.
We're dividing words, it looks like. So this is interesting. On a keyboard, it even does it. If you do have a keyboard.
It's because of the blend.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do is we need to bring our blend down.
Yeah. So our blend would be this guy?
Nope. Blend is the second argument in our play function. So if you look at both of these, so line 37 at the very end, you have 1.0.
Yeah. Okay.
Do like 0.2.
Should I make this also a constant?
Sure. I mean, that works totally fine.
Constant blend speed. Point, what?
2.
0.2. Dang, that's like really cutting it down. You think it's that much? Sometimes I don't trust Nick's gut, but I always get it thrown in my face. So I'm just going to humbly not argue. Yeah, it looks amazing. See how humble I was, though? All right, that's awesome. That feels like really good. And that's like kind of right at, yeah, that feels like
Does the power walking feel good, or does it feel like you need to maybe walk a little faster?
Walk a little faster. So probably that 1.25, make it 1.75.
Sure. Yep.
Are you going to say 0.5?
Yeah, I just, I'm not creative with numbers.
Yep. I'm a big quarters guy. I like dividing. I think of it as an out of. Just I use that for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's pretty cute. That almost looks like a Link thing that he would do. Is that Yep. Some might say it's perfect. I say it's just another day at the office.
So this works great for simple animations, but we're going to want to now start talking about animation tree, which is a bit more complicated, but gives us a lot more flexibility and power in terms of like how we integrate a bunch of different animations.
And
like,
it has a visual side to it. There is a visual.
And it has a visual side.
Yeah. So it's weirdly, I was discussing with Nick, I was like, this might be more friendly looking to the noob, but weirdly more complicated at the end of the day than doing your transitions and your animations in code. But this is actually simpler than what we're about to get into, technically.
And if you're building a strictly Ocarina of Time style game, this is probably plenty to make that reality. But if you want to build a more robust Breath of the Wild style game, you're probably going to need the animation.
Which literally all of us do. All of us want to make another Breath of the Wild.